Hi, this is Big V. It's Thursday evening. It's the last week of September. And it is 4:49 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest. This is Thursday evening. That means we are going to the Frank R. Wallace call, the lead call. So that's what we're going to go do. I want to dial in the number at this time. And we're going to listen to some interaction that is possibly going on at the time. The Neo Think Society is going through some changes, and that was evident from yesterday. No news and updates call, and there was no actor membership call on Wednesday night. And so I don't think the clarification on the teleconference calls have been made very clear by Mr. Steve Fagan or by anyone else that's in charge of the society. So we're going to go to the lead call at this time, and we're going to listen into the interaction of the members at this time. So hopefully you enjoy. All right, this is Big V. So we're going to go to the phone line and dial in the number. So hang on.
Start meeting. Share better. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign.
Good evening, everybody. This is Digger, and welcome to the Frank R. Wallace lead call.
Hey, Steve, this is Fred.
That is Frank. So I'm going to let you go to the call. I'm going to talk to Steve real quick. Oh, maybe not. Here is the lead call. Enjoy.
You're welcome,
Hi,
Don.
Digger, it's Kay.
Hey, Don, how you doing? Welcome to the call.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Kay. Yagoda from New York.
Don Yagada, see you on
Hi there. I'll
Saturday.
see you soon.
Hello. I will see you Saturday. Both of you are, I hope.
I hope so, too, dear. We're looking forward to it. Excellent.
Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome. Who's joining us?
Hi, Steve. Dave in New Jersey.
Hey, Dave, welcome. We're going to see you on Saturday?
No, afraid not.
Sorry to hear that, Dave. Okay, well, good luck.
How you
Welcome to the call.
doing?
This is terrific.
Willis in Spokane, Washington.
Thank you. Hey, welcome to the call.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. Never mind.
Yeah. Well done.
Oh, hey, welcome
Thank
to
you.
the call. Good to have you with us.
Thank
Good
you.
evening. Hey, welcome from Boston. Glad to have you with us.
Hello, this is Albert from St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome from Missouri. Welcome to the house.
Thank you.
Ray Pitkin, Killeen, Texas.
Elaine, Texas, you're in the house. Welcome, fellows on.
Thank you.
LaVale Chisholm in
Hey.
Oklahoma.
Hey, welcome, Val Chisholm. You're in the house. Welcome, Zon.
Good, thank you.
Thank you. Who else is with us tonight?
Hello, David. This is William from South Carolina.
Hey, William, welcome. Glad you're with us.
Right now, so I might get knocked off the line pretty quick.
Oh, boy. Well, hope we can come on back. We'll be on.
Hope it's okay.
We'll be here for a minute talking about our Zons. Who else is with us? Welcome to the call.
Hi, Steve. Charlie, it's Rick in Louisiana. How are you
Hey,
this
Rick.
evening?
Good, thanks, Rick. Glad to have you with us. Thank you, fellows.
Good
Rick.
again.
Good evening, Charlie and Digger. Kay, Don Walter from California.
Don Walter, you're in the house. Thanks for joining us. Who else is joining us, Don? Hi.
No, Ron, that's Ray from Michigan.
Hello, Ray. Welcome to the call.
Hey, Steve.
Hello, Don.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better make it clear about the calls being not going on at night.
Oh, we made a whole program on that. Did you miss it?
Well, last night on the Wednesday night call, people showed up.
Well, they're going to do that for a while. They just don't listen. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
They'll start to trail off. We did our job. We advertised, and that's why the problem is when people don't show up, they don't hear what's going on.
That's right.
So they lose. You don't. So don't worry about it. Let them go on. They'll figure it out because we did the advertising.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know, though. Thank you. You know, we can't coddle everybody. Hey, welcome to the call. Hi. Hey, Steve. Hey, Charlie. Welcome.
Charles Redfield from Michigan calling in.
Michigan, you're in the house. Welcome to the call.
Oh, all righty.
Karen from Arkansas in Jersey. Hello.
Hey, welcome. You made it. Karen, welcome to Jersey.
Yes.
All right. Unfortunately, you get some rain tonight, but don't worry.
Anybody else there yet?
Hello, this is Maria of California.
Maria, welcome to the call.
Thank you, Steve. How are you guys?
I am doing good. Thanks for joining us, fellow. Zon?
Greetings from Kentucky. This is William.
Hey, William. Welcome to the call. Zon William. You're with us. Thank you. Who else is joining us?
Hello, Steve and Charlie. It's Mickey Ohio.
Mickey. Zon Mickey. Welcome to the call. Thanks for joining us. Who else is joining us?
Hello, this is Shireen.
From Maryland.
Maryland, you're in the house. Thank you.
Now, you heard me confront Steve about people showing up last night on the active membership call and then on the news and updates call, which they did not have. So everyone knows about it now.
Welcome to the call. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, from Kentucky.
Alabama. Hey, Alabama. Welcome to the call. Thanks for joining us.
Brenda from New York.
Hey, Brenda. Welcome to the call.
Shireen.
Hi. Welcome to the call, Zon. Glad you're with us. Who else is with us?
Hi, Steve. Joanne, Chicago.
Hey, Don Joanne, welcome to the call.
Thank you. How are you?
Who else is welcome? Who's welcome to join?
Elaine Bennett from Arkansas.
Hey, Don Elaine.
Hi, Elaine. Hi, y'all.
Hey, welcome to the call.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Who else is joining us?
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the call. Who's joining us?
Hey, Stephen, it is Pink Floyd from Riverside, California.
Well, welcome to the call, Zon. How you doing?
Hello, fine, thank you. How you doing?
I'm terrific. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you. Good. No, same here. Who else is joining us tonight?
Robert Adams.
Hey, welcome to the call. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, welcome. How's it going?
Full house.
Hello, welcome to the call. How you doing?
Hi, Steve.
Hey, hi. How are you?
Okay.
Hey.
Good. Glad you're joining us. Thank you. Glad to be on the call. Who else is joining us tonight? Welcome.
Irene from New Jersey.
Hey, Irene. Saw you signed up. Look forward to meeting you. All right. You'll be at the event this weekend. Excellent. Who else is joining us?
Good luck with everything.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a weekend, I tell you. People are already at the hotel. You just heard them. So we're getting going.
Wow.
Yep, welcome to the call. Hi.
Jerry and Cleveland.
Hey, Gary, welcome to the call. How's it going?
Thank you. Great, great.
All right. Who else is with us tonight?
Oh, from Kentucky.
Hey, Cole, welcome. How are you, Don Call?
Kentucky.
Welcome to the call. Who are you? Who else is with us?
Shireen from New York.
Hey, welcome. How are you?
I'm okay.
Welcome to the call.
Good evening, fellows. This is Jim from Indiana.
Hello, Don Jim. Welcome to the call.
Hi, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, this is Jerry Sherrill.
All right, fellows on. How are you?
Hello, hi, Steve. Charlie is Carmen.
Carmen.
Something.
Hi, Carmen. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the call.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you doing? Good to have you on the call with us.
Hello, this is Dorita.
Hola
from Minnesota.
Minnesota, you're in the house. Welcome to the hall.
Minnesota.
Who else is joining us? Welcome to the call.
Hello, Virginia. This is Wayne Help.
Hello, thank
Welcome to the call. Thanks for joining us.
Joanne from Alaska.
Hey, Joanne, glad to have you on the call.
Joanne.
Thank you.
Joanne.
This is Brenda Velasquez Owens from Washington. Oh, Lord, you don't need to be sick dinner.
Boy, we got a lot of extra noise going on. Everybody's bringing the family, they're bringing the dogs, they're bringing the television.
When you go again, I need some aluminum foil.
Yeah, could you get me some extra? I could use some other things, too.
I used a lot of it.
Okay, can you pick me up a few things while you're out?
All
right, good. Good evening. Welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome to the call. John, Virginia, from Virginia. Who else is joining us tonight? Welcome to the call.
Helser from Tuscola, Texas.
Well, welcome. How you doing? Welcome to the call.
All right.
Dennis from Minnesota.
Hey, Dennis, welcome to the call. Welcome.
Robert Hill, Florida.
Good evening. Welcome. How are you tonight?
Oh, very good.
Good. Glad you're with us this evening. Excellent.
The recording has started.
Who else is joining us? We have 3 minutes to get started.
Bernie Mac, Odessa, Texas.
Hey, Bernie, welcome to the call.
Craig from Orlando,
New York.
Orlando, you're in the house.
Hello.
New York, you're in the house. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the call.
Hello.
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 Okay, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Stop it, let's go.
Joining us. Hi, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Welcome to the call.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Hello. Yeah, got a lot of energy going on. Welcome to the call. Who else is joining us this evening? Welcome.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the call. Who else is joining us tonight?
Daniel.
Daniel, welcome to the call. Don, hello. Yes, who's joining us? Hello. Hello. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Don. Yes, hi.
Oh, Steve. Florida.
Hey, Miles, welcome. Oh, hi. How are you?
Wonderful.
Glad you're joining us. Thanks for joining us. Hi, welcome to the call. Hey,
Lucas from Maryland.
Lucille, how's it going?
Thank you.
Welcome to the call.
Hello, Bridget.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Hello.
Glad you're with us. Thanks for joining us. Hi, yes. Yes, good evening. Welcome to the call.
Bernard Johnson from New York.
Welcome, Bernard. Glad to have you with us. Who else is joining us?
How you doing, Charlie? Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the call. Who's joining us? Hi, welcome. Hello. Yes, hi, welcome. Who's joining us? We're going to start in less than a minute. Who else is joining us?
Hello.
Welcome, Don. Welcome to the call. Good evening. Welcome to the call, Don. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Who else is joining us? Hi, welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. Hello, welcome to the call. Hello, welcome to the call.
Louisiana.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Keep that smile going. I love it. Hello. The energy is flowing. Feel that energy. We're going to get started in a matter of seconds. Welcome to the call.
I feel like dancing.
Let's dance. Let's do it. I can. Okay, we can do a little salsa. How about a little salsa tonight?
Good energy.
There you go. Yeah, a little waltz, a little salsa. We're good.
Yeah.
Do it. Who else is joining us? All right. Well,
Muted.
thanks,
Put the
Charlie.
screen here for a second, Steve.
No problem. You okay now?
All right now.
Okay, thanks for your help. I appreciate it. Good evening, everybody. My name is Steve, known as Digger Fagan. I want to welcome the call this evening. This is the Lee call, known as the Frank R. Wallace call. We will be working the works of Dr. Frank R. Wallace. I'll be using the Prime Discovery tonight and where this work is also in your other manuscripts. But welcome to be with us. I'll be working off the Prime Discovery. I want to thank anybody who's brand new. Welcome to the call. We're glad to have you with us. Please have pen and paper. You want to take notes. I will give you a recording information in a little bit, but just get a pen and paper in the meantime. For our existing members, thanks for joining us. We're really glad to have you with us on Frank R. Wallace's call. I feel very honored to be able to mentor this call, and we're going to take further understanding of being a Zon and moving it on. I'm taking you to higher levels tonight, so be ready. You're going to keep flying higher and higher and higher with this knowledge and information. But before we get started, let me introduce Charlie Moore. Charlie works with me on this call and several others. Plus, he has his own calls. And I just want to bring him up before we get started, and then we're going to get into the program. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. You should be excited because we got a big weekend.
There's a big weekend coming. We already have people at the hotel. That's great.
Yeah, it's a sea of you. Well, everybody, this is the end of September, and what does it mean? We have our NeoThink weekend. And members are coming in from all around the country to work in our workshop. We're going to be working on Mark Hamilton's material, Frank R. Wallace's material, the Cure for Aging materials. We're going to work on businesses that are going forward and showing us their success stories using NeoThink mentality. So we're excited. It's going to be quite a weekend. And as Charlie just said, people are already flying into Newark, New Jersey at the Marriott Hotel. So we're excited. We'll be in the sea of you all weekend. It's going to be really powerful. It's going to be powerful. Any comments you want to make about it, Charlie? Before we get started?
I'm just looking forward to meeting the people I haven't met yet. And a whole bunch of old faces that I haven't seen in a year. And it's just a great way to spend a weekend, I tell you.
Yeah, it's going to be great because we are going to meet some members who we've spoken to on the phone for quite a while, but we haven't met them, so we're going to have a chance to meet them this weekend, as well as meeting our good friends and our new friends. So it's going to be very powerful. That is for sure. I'm just going to make one quick comment. Just so you all understand, the Wednesday night news and updates call is gone. We don't have it anymore. I know we've addressed it, and people are still going to call in. Just don't worry about it. We've advertised it. It's out there. I'm going to advertise it on several calls, but just so you know, don't go back at 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights to be on a call because there's no more Wednesday night news and updates call. The 7 o'clock call, it is completed. So 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, news and updates call is completed. That's Eastern time. Every Wednesday is gone. And that's 5 o'clock p.m. I apologize, 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So just be aware, the news and updates call is completed. It's no longer in existence. Okay, I think that's really it, Charlie. I want to start getting into the program unless you have anything else you want to ask or comment. All right, let's go to work, everybody. Pens and papers. And I will give you the recording info. Let's get started first, and then I'll go and get that into you. Yours on. Now, what the heck does that really mean? Well, you were born as on. Okay, we've talked about it, so I'm not going to continue to repeat it. So we know we were born Zon, but we are Zons that, believe it or not, once we clear off all the fog and all the dirt and all the cesspool, muck, etc., we will be consciously moving forward into a mystic-free mentality. Because we were born as Zons, but the AC world has taken it away from us, but it's still within us. And we will be living in reality, being mystic-free, living in consciousness, and we'll be handling that. That's the Zon level. So that's just as a profile of who we are. But as a Zon, we are currently living in an illusion-shrouded anti-civilization. Now, let's stop there. Illusion-shrouded anti-civilization. So what I'm doing tonight, per Dr. Wallace in his writings, I am letting you all know your Zons. Okay, you are. You're mystic free. It's in you. You just got to unleash it again. You got to develop it. You got to grow it. So your consciousness is out there. Your honesty's out there. Your integrations are out there. Your mystic free mentality is out there. You're living in reality. Those are all profiles of a Zon. And you're getting in touch with that again. And you were born with all that, by the way. Do you know, the little baby you were who needed to be taken care of, you were so powerful. We all were. But we had to be taken care of, and we're in a world of people who are living in illusions. And the illusion gets deeper and deeper and deeper as we get older, as we integrate more, and as we develop. So we are shrouded in illusion. We are shrouded in lies. We are shrouded in thievery, dishonesty, cheaters, humanoids. And write down all these terms because you need to know them and you need to understand them. Dr. Wallace's objective in life was to eliminate irrationalities. He worked on that constantly. We all know the objective. The main objective is biological mortality, but let's just put that out there for now. I don't want to go there. Let's stay in day by day. Because what are you going to act like when you leave this call tonight? And how are you going to handle things? We're not going to be worried about biological mortality that's out there, but you're going to be worried about working in a world of illusion, irrationality, dishonesty, liars, cheaters, humanoids, etc. And you, as a Zon, and please consider yourself a Zon, and even though some people will laugh, you'll get over that in time. It's funny, you get giddy, but you'll understand the real seriousness of it as you develop and integrate. Okay? So it's okay, you can laugh now and joke with it, but learn to live with the power of it. Okay? Dr. Wallace knows we are all Zons, and we just lost track of it. So what we'd have to do is, you and I, fellow Zons, must be able to live in this AC world. So what does that mean? It means we have to be realistically know what's around us, what is in place for us. And that means we have to understand that we are living in an illusionary anti-civilization. Our fellow humans live as phantoms. They're deluding themselves in believing that they are mortals who live and die with no power, purpose, or prosperity. So they're living, we are. And please make a note of these particular notes, everybody, because this is important. We live in an illusionary civilization where all fellow human beings, now we're conscious human beings, the mortal other beings are not. So they're human beings that live as like phantoms, like zombies. Can you imagine? We are around the world of zombies. And they're deluding themselves that they are, that they are mortals, because that's how they look at it, because they look to die, and they look to how they're going to, just move forward and crash. But they live, they die, and they have no eternal power, purpose, or prosperity. 3 important words: eternal power, purpose, or reach prosperity. You see, when I talk to people in the society, they go, I can't make any money, nothing's working for me. Well, I know they're just delusional. So I have to bring them back to their Zon, which means that they understand versus the AC illusion world. I have to help them understand that they need to stop thinking that they can't to what they can do, because they need to live from an illusionary, delusional world to a realistic, conscious mentality of human beings who are immortal with limitless power and purpose. Immortal with limitless power and purpose. Now, to connect Dr. Wallace with Mark Hamilton, what do many of us older members, when I say older, we've been around a while in the society, remember the Miss Annabelle book? What was it originally called before it became the Super Puzzle? It was called The First Immortals. Dr. Wallace is actually addressing the First Immortals right there. The First Immortals are the first group of people who are going towards biological immortality because they believe they do not have to die. Because we understand death is a disease. As a Zon, we know there's no reason why we have to go to the disease of death. We should be living fulfillment of life versus the burden of life, which is the way the humanoids live, the burden of life. And that they live because they do not believe they can gain prosperity, power, or prosperity, or again, prosperity or power or purpose. Now, you and I need to do a mentality shift. First of all, do we believe we're a Zon? And I have my hand raised. I do. I know I'm a Zon. And I use it all the time. Okay? I do know that death is a disease. Now, will I succeed with my body and have the world be able to help my body so that I do not die? I can't promise that. I may have to come back with a clone body. But in my brain, I know that I can live forever. I'm just living in an AC world that currently does not have all the tools and all to support my body for where it is right now. But I know that I can go with my I-ness into the universe. And through my Neothink teachings, I know I can still come back and be around, because I'm going to be in the universe at a high level of integration. Now, this is a lot of heavy stuff, everybody, and especially if you're new, you're like, what the hell is he talking about? I'm talking about Zons. I'm talking about you as a Zon. I'm talking about your integrated honesty. I'm talking about you as being a conscious, living in reality, human being who is in a mystic-free mentality. So, and we've talked a lot about mysticism, so I'm putting that to the side tonight. We're talking now about the real profile of a Zon and how we live in the AC world. And it's about knowledge. Knowledge is power. The use of the knowledge is better power and superpower. So, what have you just learned over the last 5 minutes? There is the AC world, right? And in that AC world, what do we know? The world is filled of illusion, shrouded. That's what it is, illusion-shrouded mentality. It consists of illusionary human beings who live as phantoms. Everybody around us are basically zombies. They're bobbleheads because they're bicameral. But you're learning to overcome that, because these bobbleheads are deluded into believing that they are mortals who live and die with no chance of eternal power, purpose, or prosperity. Now, those particular items, power, purpose, or prosperity, I do believe we come to the society because we want a better life. But I don't think many of us understand that we can gain quite a bit of power. You see, the power is within us, not from an AC world. And that's how the AC parasitical elite has been able to rule over us. Because they're saying to you, we have the power. You know, I don't want to do a sidestep and get political, but I don't know how many of you were watching the Kavanaugh hearings today. Did you watch the misuse of power in the hearings? Did you watch the Senate people go at it? Did you see the brutality? That was a parasitical elite. Really, the best thing I'd ever seen in life. I've read about it here in the Neothink Society, but I never thought I would see it today. They were like a bunch of snakes going at it. And I was so embarrassed by our political system by today's hearings. But I couldn't, it was like I was watching an accident and I couldn't stop watching. But I never really saw how people of power are such idiots and so contemptuous. And one way or the other, there's lies going on all over the place. There were lots of lies. Well, that's what the political world has always been. We now, it's not being hidden much. It's being shown. That's what we want to get rid of as neo-thinkers. That's what we want to eliminate as neo-thinkers. And it's getting worse in the government level, okay? I'm not going to go into religion all tonight. I'm going to take a breather from it. But from the government level, look at how bad it is. That is a great example of the illusionary civilization that has human beings believe that they're going to have to die, they're not going to hit eternal power, purpose, or prosperity. Because you've got a parasitical elite filled of snakes. I really felt like I was in the snake pit today watching them go after each other. Did you ever see snakes when you throw them into a pit? They just go after and attack each other? That's what I saw today.
I'm sorry, but the 12 Visions Party is not much more better than the political parties that are currently running office right now. 12 Visions Party will take your money and run. How about that? And they're not very upfront. And this guy that you're listening to is behind the scenes of the 12 Visions Party too. So just to let you know, he has a big factor as to who runs as president for the 12 Visions Party too. He has a big say in it. This guy that you're listening to, Steve Fagan, does. You bet. So I'm just letting you know, 12 Visions Party is not all up front and all honest either. So it has its downfalls.
Stop looking at yourself as immortal. Yes, we have work to do. We have to still do with medical issues. We have to do with how we're eating. We have to handle the government issues. We have to handle our belief in ourselves, mental, physical, emotional. We have to handle preparing just for relaxation programs, etc. And we're going to do it. So what connects you back to your Zon? When you vanish the illusions of this anti-civilization, you will connect with your Zon. And what is that? You are going to be the ruler of existence. All right. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to be the ruler of existence. As is on, a person that is mystic free, living in reality, consciousness, we are in control of the universe. When we're in connection with our Zon power. Even though we're living in the illusionary shrouded AC world, we know that we live in reality. We are conscious, mystic-free beings, human beings. We are immortal, again, with limitless power and purpose. You and I, fellow Zons, are living in a different civilization, even though we are in the AC civilization. Right now, we're in the civilization of the universe. That's the different civilization. Now, you have to understand, you want to be in the civilization of the universe, but you also know you're still connecting to the AC world, because you still have to rely on the systems, the processes, the utilities, and all of the AC world. So you can't just poof, go, disappear. So you have to live in it. And what you're going to have to look at is that you're going to be functioning with others that, like ourselves, that have the mystic-free, living in reality, conscious mentality. But you're still mixing it up with the AC mentality. Example, this weekend we just talked about, let me use this as an example, we have our workshop here in New York, the North Jersey area, Newark, New Jersey. And we'll be in our workroom. We have a really nice room set up for our workshop. And when we close the doors, we're all we're all civilization of universe Gazans living in that world. We're living in the concept of unlimited or limitless purpose, prosperity, happiness, mentality of living forever, living in reality, understanding pure love and happiness. But the minute those big doors open, it's like a big thing of wind comes back. And we're thrown into this illusionary atmosphere. Because we're working with people who are in part of the humanoid world. Now, you may say that's a harsh word to be used, but it's not. Because if you look in that humanoid mentality and you understand that it is a world, and it doesn't have to be every person, but the atmosphere of the world, the shroud of the world, is showing you that there is a flavor of dishonesty, greed, hate, envy. Whereas when you go into the room and we close our doors, we will be in the area of pure love and honesty and integrations and working and learning, and we're all going to be students for 8 to 9 hours or more. And that's where you have to think of it, that when you're home and you're in an environment, hopefully your family supports you, and you can be living in the sea of you, but when you walk out your front door, you're in the AC. But right now, you are all the sea of you, because we're all in a like-minded mentality. You understand? We are all understanding we're Zon. Everybody on this class by now should realize you're a Zon. Everybody should realize that you were born a Zon. However, you have to realize that you're sharing your Zon power with humanoids. And that's the key. You are living in a world of humanoids. And your mentality has to be one of pure love, always having your honesty, but being on the lookout for understanding. They believe in death. You don't believe in death. They believe in sickness and illness. They believe in cursing and lying and cheating and thievery, dishonesty, value destruction. You believe in value creation. You believe in avoiding all mysticisms. They're still doing religion. They're still doing government. They're still doing corporate world. You've moved away from that into your own business and entrepreneurship and building things forward. Now, you may not be there yet. Some of you still might be working for a company and fulfilling somebody else's dreams but your own, but you will get out of there. And I'll help you, and so will Charlie and others, to help you get out of there. Because I did it. And I will never work for a corporation again. Because I have a value through my Friday Night Essence, which I'm contributing to the world. And I want you to do that. And that's one of the reasons why this weekend's about. Building your entrepreneurship, your business. Getting to use the business system. Getting to use the consciousness, the Zon levels, connecting it all. Using the 114 advantages. Understanding the Pax Neotech and the business function with science and arts. That's all connecting to your Zon. Zon's the big word. Zon's the big level that you're connecting to. And that's who you are. The Zon is you. Throw the Zon suit over you right now. The Zon suit goes right over you. Okay? And nothing can affect you because you're the Zon suit. You got it on. You're wearing it. Forget the Superman suit. Let's go do the Zon suit. We're beyond Superman. We're into Zon. We've grown. And that Zon suit cannot hurt you because you believe in that. You believe in that power of it, the way it should work. So all of you put your Zon suits on. And that Zon suit is a mysticism free. And you know, when you're wearing your Zon suit, you don't let religion bother you. You don't let corporate or political world. You don't let, even if you have an AC person in your house who doesn't like what you do, they don't mean a darn thing to you. Just get out of my way. Get out of here. Move on. Now, you'll say, Fagan, you sound like a cult. I sound like a conscious, mystic-free man who wants successes to happen. And I know how they fail. And they fail when you follow religious tools. It fails when you follow political areas. It fails when you work the corporate world. It definitely fails if you have spouses and all who are against you. They will destroy you. You have to be your own person. You have to be in charge of who you are. You do not let anybody dictate to you, fellow Zon. So get that Zon suit on and stay forward. All of the other things that I talked about are called irrationalities. Irrationality action of human beings and humanoids are not connected to reality. Let's make a note of this. Irrationality action of human beings and humanoids. Now, I'm using human beings, not as conscious human beings. I'm just saying human beings and humanoids. I'm sticking them together, are not connected to reality. Non-reality has no meaning for you and me. No real influence over you and me. Non-reality. And you can't stay in that humanoid mentality at all. Okay, I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm going to give you I want you all to take a deep breath, look at your notes, etc., and I'm going to give you the playback for this call.
I don't advertise the numbers or access codes to any of these calls, so I am sorry about that. I'll be right back. This is a Big V here, and we're going to go back to the call. They're just giving information about how to get back to the replay of this this call on Thursday night. The 12 Visions party, like I was saying, they're not all up front either. So they have some major issues. In fact, the 12 Visions party is not even happening right now because no one wants to put work into it. But the society thinks the members should work for free. So there you have it. What do you think? All right, we're going to go back to the call.
If you watched any of those hearings, you had to have your Zahn suit on. It
was a day. Talk about the humanoid world. Whoa, my gosh.
That's the most news I watched in one day today than I don't know, the last 6 months combined. And I watched it maybe an hour total, the whole day. It was amazing to watch it, and it's weird how you look at things differently now than you have in the past. And I was sitting there, and it was a perfect example of humanoids. No better example could have been shown to anybody who doesn't know what a humanoid is. These people have no feelings for any other people. They're users. And now we live in a country where instead of you being innocent until proven guilty, you are now guilty, and you have to prove yourself innocent. And that's what they did to Kavanaugh today, and they have been doing. Just because somebody said something doesn't mean it's true. You don't crucify and ruin people over a story. You find out first, just like a Zahn would, right? Just like we do. Always ask questions. Ask questions, find out if it's real or not real, whether it's reality or not. So it's perfect examples. But I was sitting there, and I'm watching, and I was saying to myself, I was so grateful that I'm a Zahn. That's not my world anymore. And I separated myself. I watched it a lot more calmly, and I was looking at it, and I said, that's enough. I had enough. This is not my world. And it's not our world. Because I believe I am a Zahn. Now, let's go back to that statement, because Mark says it, Franco Wall says it right here, you are a Zahn. But you have to believe that. And in the beginning of coming into New York, I'm saying, well, I don't know if I'm a Zahn yet. You have your doubts. But if you have doubts, you must address those doubts, why you think you're not. You got to really dig in here, because the first step of you becoming a Zahn is to believe that you are one, because we truly, truly are. That first day on this planet, we're Zahn. It doesn't ever change. We understand things differently as we grow up when we are told to believe in church and government and this and that, and all of a sudden that Zahn kind of shrinks up inside of us, but we don't. It doesn't go away. It's still there. And now, after all these years, now we're learning that we have this power. We are a Zahn. We can create universes. We can do anything that we want. And then we say, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that or not. I don't believe in that." It's a tough road, because when you watch something like that today, these are the people that we listen to all our lives. No wonder we're all screwed up. These are the people that tell us what we should learn, what we should do in our lives. They control every part of our life. And look at them. Look at these people. It's heartbreaking to watch people like this, because basically they're all Zahns too. So it can get confusing here. But you have to start to realize that you are one. Truly, truly are one. And the more that you understand this information, obviously the more you're going to feel that way. The more that you separate yourself from this AC world, the more happiness and enjoyment you will have in this life. The more that we separate. We don't have to participate. We don't have to watch it. We don't have to believe it. All we have to do is find our essence, live our essence, try to help other people, but be true to ourselves, and don't be a follower. And when you start to see, like again, we're having this workshop this weekend, and I would look at all those people there, and I realize that they're part of my family now. They're kin to me now, because we're all fellow Zons, and we all have somewhat the same mentality. And for all those hours between Friday night and Sunday when we all start to leave, we are truly in the civilization of the universe. And when those doors are closed and we'll have that meeting all day Saturday, I know that that's the only place on Earth right now where there's more than one Zon in the room. That's how exclusive this club is right now. Unfortunately, it's too exclusive. We need more people in this club. But it gives you that feeling of, it's the energy level is unbelievable when you get together. But it's on the energy.
More people in the club.
Even some people who come in on
The general public, what do you think about that? What do you think about more people in the club, as Charlie Moore said? How do you feel about that? Do you bypass it? Do you let it go? I mean, this call, you take it or leave it. You take what you can and use it for yourself. This is Big V. I question a lot of stuff that they say on this stuff. I question about more people in the club. I question some of the decisions that the society does make. So I do question the Neothink Society and some of the decisions they make in the society myself. So what do you think? All right, back to the call.
But at the end, they said to me, now don't pick on me too much, because it's going to be it's a workshop. We're going to be, asking questions to everybody. And it's weird how she thought that, I'm not all that comfortable with this yet. And I said, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Nobody's going to pick on you. But yet, you got to learn this stuff. We're not afraid of having people from the outside pick on us, so why are we afraid of people in here picking on us? At least here, people are telling you honesty, and people are telling you truth, and people are based on...
I'm not so sure about that.
Today was crucified. Now, I don't know if he's guilty or innocent. And at points, it doesn't really matter.
I don't know about if the Neothink Society is all truth and honesty. That I would question indefinitely.
His daughters will never be the same. His wife will never be the same. He might not ever be the same. And again, it doesn't matter if he's innocent or guilty. It's just that they presumed he was guilty. Half that room thought he was guilty, and half thought he wasn't guilty. But you can't put somebody on trial without any proof. And that's the total opposite of the world that we want to live in. Total opposite. It's 180-degree different civilization. So we must separate ourselves from that. You have to. If you want to be happy, if you want to make your millions, if you want to live the life that you always thought that you should have had, that's how you do it. We have to say. So I watched that from a distance. I didn't watch it like in my bicameral mind. Today, when I did watch it, I watched it from a distance, and I just looked at it as a lesson of what we're trying to stop, a lesson of humanoids, and it was just purely vile. It was just. Now, I've watched a lot of politics over the years, and that might have been the worst I've ever seen. It really was disgusting. And that's what we have to fight against. And I felt so good. I felt so fortunate that I have this information, that I live this information, and that it helps me see, because like they try and suck you in, like when she first testified, and she's sitting there, and within the first minute she says, "I am terrified." She's trying for us to buy her, and you could just see how the whole thing was just scripted out. It was just so much was going on there. But you just have to start from the beginning and say that you are a Zion, and believe it. And that's how we all start being one. And then obviously learn this information. With that, Steve, I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, Charlie. And I guess it really comes back to, we're giving you information of what a Zon character is, what a profile is, how you live as a Zon in an AC world. But the big question is, and you have to decide it, do you believe you are a Zon? Do you believe that you can put the Zon mentality in your being? It's already there, by the way. You're born with it. It's just been shadowed. But can you believe you're a Zon? Why I decided to go on this course of work for a few weeks, and we'll get into another subject down the road very soon, but is because I think I want even the newer members to get a better perspective of what we're about, to get an understanding about immortality, limitless prosperity, happiness, romantic love, understanding what honesty is, understanding love. You see, when you're in that mystic-free Zon world, you can easily accept it and use and be part of it. And that's what a Zon is. Now, if you're still uncomfortable with words, you'll have to get over it. Because this is, when you start to get comfortable with Zon and all, I knew I got comfortable was when I started using it on a regular basis. I said, well, Fagin, you finally integrated. You finally went to a higher level of consciousness. Because Zon is very comfortable with me. And I'm not uncomfortable with the term, and I say it very easily. I say it very well, openly. Hello, fellow Zon. Welcome. Yes, I'm a Zon. I'm born with it. I might as well let me uncover it. And where does it uncover to? Our child of the past. Remember that? Child of the past. And understanding the power of our child of the past, understanding the power we have within that wonderful level. And, the child of the past hasn't gone through all the things you've gone through when you hit puberty, or you were in your college, or when you were in early marriage, or when you're in divorce, or when you were in poverty, etc. Our child of the past has never seen any of that. They never felt any of it. They only know the Zon. So you connecting to your child of the past brings you closer and closer to your Zon and the power of your Zon. And that's what you have to use as a major tool. Everybody, I've told you time and time, I'm going to say it again. Have you created a portfolio of pictures of yourself? Have you created pictures of yourself as a young child? Hobbies, playing, being with your brothers and sisters, parents, and put those pictures together in a portfolio and look at them and study them and reach out to them. Have you done that? That's what you have to be doing. That's where it gets very important. In order for you to really connect and be comfortable with your Zon, you need to connect to your child of the past. That's a key. Your child of the past will open the door to your Zon. Do you know that? Yes. And then you'll be more comfortable. However, if you still keep your child of the past closed, and you'll say, oh, I had a bad childhood. I will tell you right now, you didn't have 100% bad. There's something that was good. You wouldn't have gotten this far along. I'd say you had a bad childhood if you're dead and someone killed you. But if you're still here, even if you were in an orphanage, even if you had an abusive parent who you were able to get through, there was something good about you. I believe that. All right, yes, I had a nice childhood. So I might be talking, and you'll say you don't know what a bad childhood is. I do know that your child of the past loves you. Your child of the past wants to be with you. The child of the past is screaming to say hello. Give your child a choice, a chance. I'm serious about this, everyone. And many of you I know have closed off your child of the past, and you're afraid to look at it. Just look at a day at the beach. A day when the sun was out and you were walking around a sunny, beautiful day. That's all you need. Look at something, because I don't believe everything was 100% darkness. And you're putting so much emphasis in the darkness, you're not letting the light in. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not dictating, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm giving you a guideline. Because I will tell you, as a neo-thinker and teaching, and I've been reading this material long enough, you have to connect to your child of the past. You have to really understand your child of the past. And you have to let your child of the past out in order to be in touch with your Zon. Dr. Wallace says more about the Zon power. It says, when you are among fellow conscious beings like we are right now, we are in the greatest value of existence right now. Now, he does say the following: the objective requirement for eternal life, prosperity, and happiness remains the same wherever conscious beings exist. So, as a conscious human being, we understand the objective requirement for eternal life, prosperity and happiness, eternal life, remains the same wherever we all exist. But it's not just existing. It means we have to live it. We have to understand it. We have to be a part. You can't keep compromising. You can't say, oh, yeah, I'm a Zon, I'm this, and then you go back to somebody and you go back to your spouse, and your spouse hates Neothink. And you got to say yes to your spouse because he or she hates Neothink. But then you just lost it. And you see, every time you give in to the AC, you're going one step further from being a Zon. You have to stick true to your guns. And this is what's tough. And let's talk about being tough and hanging tough. You're going to have to be very specific and stay true to yourself. And do not allow others to dictate to you. And that goes with religious, that goes with politicians, that goes with corporate. Now, I understand you have to work and you have to bring in an income. However, you need to have an objective to get out of that situation, to get into your actual entrepreneurship. And if you're older and you're not working, make sure you have enough money to cover all your expenses, have some money in the bank, and maybe even some investments. And if you don't, you got to do something part-time. Then do it some of it part-time, but for yourself under your own rules. And look at it. These are just some tips I'm giving you as you're moving forward and as you're developing who you are. You have to take action and you have to stay tough. We got to hang tough. You know that term, hang tough? You got to hang tough. Don't let people dictate to you. Don't let people tell you what to do. Don't let people manage you. You are in charge. Nobody else. And don't compromise your life for anyone. You got to stay firm. If you came to Neothink because something was in your life not working, always remember that. So you've got to look at what could be not working, and then what do I need to do to fix it? And we're giving you the tools. These are the tools. These are the Zon tools. Consciousness, being with other conscious people, and building from there. Also, he says the requirement to deliver increasing values to others is a major function. That's your value creation through your Friday night essence. So the other areas you need is Friday night essence, value creation. Through our essence and labor, we create increasing values for others more than they consume. You see, by us creating our values and services for others, and more of us becoming entrepreneurs, we'll have plenty of products and services for people to use. The more you develop your products and services through your own essence, everybody, this is the key, fellow Zons, the more increasingly valuable to yourself and others and to society that you are by creating those values. So those tools, fellow Zons, are what needs to be done. Value creation through your Friday night essence, putting together through labor, You're going to create increasing values for others, and you are going to create value for yourself, others, and of course society. Valuable? Put that down as notes. It's valuable information that you must be using. Charlie, comments on value creation?
Yes, we can. I mean, basically, we can create anything. But you know, as Steve was saying about the child of the past. Yes, I know some people in this society who have very, very, very bad childhood. But now, you know, but there is days where it wasn't bad, and you have to go through those days. But also, it gives you a chance to take your child of the past and show them how life could be now. That bad childhood isn't going to disrupt his life from here on in. It's a good way of looking at it. You treat that child of the past as a separate you, but it's part of you, but it's also separate. And basically treat them like a child and show them that there's good in this world. It's not all bad, and that all of the memories aren't bad. And let them enjoy those good days again. It sounds kind of weird, but it really does work. But when you feel that we are here to create. That's what being a human being is. That's what being a Zon is, to create, to be creative, to give value, to put more into society and taking out of society. And that's what makes you happy. Don't you always feel good when you help someone? Don't you always feel good when you gave someone some advice and it worked for them, or people just know that you care? It makes you feel good, and it should. You know, like when I'm done, like with the coaching call, and I thought that hour that we just spent, and I did a really good job, and I always evaluate myself. I feel better. I feel better as a human being. I feel better for one thing because I know it's one of my essences is to coach people. But I just also feel good when it's one of those days where maybe that they had a breakthrough. Or they'll tell me that, you know, Charlie, I really couldn't have done this without you or something, you know, as a compliment back. It's just great to have those feelings, and that's what happens when we're Zons. It happens to us all the time because we're creating values. We're showing examples to people that we are different. But we're not acting better than them or anything. It's just that we are separating, because the more that you separate, the more creative you're going to get. The more that you separate from that AC world, the happier that you'll be. The more integrated you'll be. The more Zon you'll be. All those things happen just by letting this AC world go. And you can't do it overnight. It takes time, but you just want to take parts here and there. You know, what I have done to really, what has helped me a lot this year is that I really did start watching the news. I did watch some of it today, but mainly I get my news off of a couple sites on the internet where somebody's not telling me I can read, and then I just say, okay, you know, I had enough, 10 minutes, and I'm done. But that does help me because that's less time I'm spending on the AC world and more time I'm spending in the sea of you. When you do many days every day, you'll be shocked at how fast you'll grow into a Zon. Because the more that you spend hours on yourself on many days, the less time you're spending in that AC world. It's a great way to start to separate. I don't watch as much TV. I still watch TV, but I don't. My Lord, it's down so much from where before I came here. You know, everybody's a couch potato at night just about, but now I don't even watch TV at night hardly. So it's just the more that you separate, the more that you involve in your life. See,
I don't have a
TV. The world
TV,
today. There's nothing that
so
we
I
can
don't
do
watch
with this
TV,
world today.
period.
There's not enough of us. But we can make ourselves better. We can make ourselves a Zon. We can bring back that Zon. Just like we have to awaken that child of the past, we have to awaken the Zon also. And the more time that we spend on that, and not in this AC world, the better we become. And it happens quickly when you really have that discipline to stick with your mini days every day. And I'm looking forward to Monday because my mini day's changing now. This workshop's over, so I don't have that scheduled in my day anymore. And since the Prime Lit call is over, and since the news and updates call is over, that's more time I have for myself. So I have to. So Monday I'm starting a whole new mini days. Now some of them will still say the same, obviously, with the calls, and also the coaching. But again, that's how you must think. It's not like, well, geez, I can just be a bum now for a while. No, man, I got to keep going. So Monday, I haven't thought about it too much because I was really concentrating on this workshop. But Monday morning, my first mini day is make a new mini day. So I'm looking forward to that because I have a couple ideas that I want to pop in my head and work out. But that's the Zana me coming out, and that's the fun part, and that's what you're missing. But again, it goes back to the first thing that we talked about. Do you believe you are? And you got to think about that and say,